Residential Value today. Residential Value turns homes to cash fast in as little as 7 days. No repairs, no commission, no kidding. Residential Value gets you your cash fast with no hassles. They'll even pack and move you. It's that easy. If you're not already in foreclosure, call Residential Value now at 1-888-408-AS-IS or go online to residentialvalue.net. That's residentialvalue.net.
Breaking right now, violent clashes with police leading to 13 arrests in St. Louis, the case that triggered this scene.
In my hand is the second round of lead testing results for Stafford County Public Schools, and we have bad news for 6 schools. I'm Q McCrae. The latest is coming up.
And a packed weekend in D.C. You can expect crowds, expect traffic. We're breaking it all down, including the forecast. That's coming up next.
At 11 starts now with breaking news.
The breaking news that we're following closely, 13 protesters arrested, 4 officers hurt right now in St. Louis. This is all playing out tonight on the streets of St. Louis. All of this after a former police officer was cleared in a deadly shooting.
And we've been watching the scene out there all night. Lindsay Mass is here with the latest for us right now. Lindsay?
Well, Nancy, tonight hundreds of people are on the streets. They've shut down roads, and as you mentioned, there have been clashes with police. Take a look. This is all in response to the outcome of a case that began back in 2011. Today, a judge found former police officer Jason Stockley not guilty of killing Anthony Lamar Smith following a high-speed chase. Stockley claims that he shot Smith in self-defense, saying he thought Smith was reaching for a gun. Now, prosecutors say that the officer planted a gun in the victim's car. Well, many schools were canceled in anticipation of unrest, and now many events, including throughout the weekend, are being canceled, including high school sport events and even a performance by the St. Louis Symphony. Nancy?
All right, Lindsay, thank you. And breaking closer to home here, the city of College Park says a controversial proposal to allow non-citizens to vote in their elections didn't pass after all. We first told you about this on Wednesday when council members voted for this 4-3, and now just an hour ago, the city says its charter requires 6 affirmative votes for an amendment, not just a simple majority. They say they will talk about the issue at their next meeting on Tuesday.
And Skytrack 7 was flying over a serious crash involving a pedestrian in Waldorf. Now, this was the scene. This was on Crane Highway and Smallwood Drive. Police say that somebody was hit by a car. Don't know their condition right now, but the driver did stay on the scene. Stay with ABC7 and WJLA.com for any and all updates.
And this just into the ABC7 newsroom. Police searching for this woman here after a teenager was sexually assaulted at Union Station. Investigators say this woman inappropriately touched the victim while standing on a metro platform. So take a look at her picture there. And if you have any information, you're asked to call police.
All right, first forecast from Storm Watch 7 on this Friday night. Looking ahead to the day tomorrow, if you like it a bit warmer, if you like it a little bit on the humid side, you're going to love what's on the way. Highs will eventually make it into the lower to middle 80s across much of the area. Can't rule out a chance for a very isolated shower during the afternoon and early evening hours. I don't believe it's going to amount to a whole lot. Now, coming up in a few minutes, talking about the added heat and humidity for the last full weekend of summer for the DMV. Also, a brand new 11 p.m. Hurricane Jose update. It just came in, and if you have travel plans to New York City, to Boston, to Cape Cod, you're going to want to stay tuned. More on that coming up in just a few minutes. Jonathan?
All right, Steve, we'll see you then. Right now, final preparations for a very busy day in D.C. We're talking about everything from major festivals to big political rallies and a protest of the so-called juggalos. This is all tomorrow. Let's get over to Tim Barber. He's joining us live now in the National Mall. And, you know, Tim, this might be a day if you don't like crowds, you might want to stay away from the National Mall tomorrow.
Yeah, stay away from here. Tonight, Jonathan, it's actually pretty nice. It's nice cool temperature. It's nice and quiet out here. Almost empty aside from a few tourists. Tomorrow, it's going to be the opposite.
Tonight, NPD and Park Police are preparing for a packed National Mall full of festivals and political rallies.
As long as they're not disorderly about that, then it's cool, you know.
The Juggalos are planning a protest near the Lincoln Memorial from 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. Who are the Juggalos, you might ask? The Juggalos are followers of the hip-hop group Insane Clown Posse. They're protesting the FBI's 2011 decision to label them as a gang.
You just hope that they aren't groups that are going to have issues with each other.
The other big event on the National Mall is a pro-Trump rally. Dubbed the mother of all rallies, the group is gathering near the Washington Monument around 11 a.m.
People got the freedom of speech, so I guess they could do that.
A half marathon, volunteer projects, fundraisers, and 4 weddings are also scheduled nearby.
The Juggalos estimate about 3,000 people showing up here tomorrow. The pro-Trump people, about 5,000. Live on the National Mall tonight. Tim Barber, ABC 7 News.
All right, Tim, thank you. To read more about the schedule of weekend events as well as the traffic alerts you need to know about, just go to WJLA.com. And new at 11 tonight, 6 schools in Stafford County have elevated levels of lead in the drinking water. That is according to new test results. The school district says it is already taking action to correct it. And Q McRae with what parents should know.
Water is the hot subject at Stafford County Public Schools. Specifically, what's in it? Lead. This was one of 6 schools that has lead contamination. We showed parents the district's newly released findings. 6 schools showed unsafe levels of lead on campus.
Definitely concerning. We did get an email out from the county.
I just warned my daughters, don't drink at school. Bottom line, take water.
They are the same 6 schools we told you about in August, when lead was discovered during the district's first round of testing before school started. They are North Stafford High, A.G. Wright Middle, Garrisonville Elementary, Hartwood Elementary, Drew Middle School, and Gary Melcher's Complex. The problem spots are 33 bathroom and classroom sinks and hallway fountains. They will all continue to be off limits to students until further notice. District officials tell us they will be testing the schools for a 3rd time to make sure everything's okay. In the meantime, they will continue to provide all students with bottled water as is needed. Now, for more information about the schools involved and what the district has to say about it, visit our website, WJLA.com. You'll find